Good evening, guys. Just wanted to say hi. I'm gonna take some food off the grill. What we got here? Took me a while to barbecue, blacken this chicken, but it is perfect. I'm gonna do something special with this corn. And let's see. For real, I have to attend to your needs right now. I was trying to do a video, number one, while I'm cooking, number two, while I'm walking, number three. And this is the most important thing right here. That. Guess so. Huh? Oh! Come here. Back to this. It is gonna be yummy. I can't use my table. I wish I could. I'm gonna be right back out here. I was just listening to music and having a nice time. I had to eat. Okay, as a positive, the air conditioner's on. That's really nice. I'm about to make some Mexican street corn. Shout out to my friend Desmond, who taught me this recipe at his birthday party. Okay, you guys don't know what I had to do to get to here. I had to wedge this GoPro holder in between my grill and hold it down with a metal cast iron pan. Okay. Don't hate on me, I'm gonna do the best I can. Seems weird, I know. Saw him hiding in the kitchen eating all this. His amount of Parmesan was a lot more than this. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, it's good. Hi guys. It's not really morning, not really afternoon, sort of just about noon. I'm gonna put a coat of polyurethane on this table. I'm enjoying a Coke and listen to some music, turn on this fan. I'm doing my water pump thing right now, and that can be a drag sometimes. I'm using so little water, maybe 275 gallons a month with washing and showering and everything, so that's good. But every once in a while I've got to pump it into my RV. The little transfer pump thing that I bought from Harbor Freight is, I'm afraid, kind of cheap. It's a 1/10 of a horsepower, and it just wasn't pumping. So, you know, I took it apart, and it's really interesting how it works. But I took it apart and put it back together, and now it's working. So I do plan to get a little bit bigger one, and at least have a backup, so I can always get water in. But this will keep the wolf off my back for a couple weeks anyway. So I guess I'm gonna get to it. This came out much better than I expected. Much better. So worth it. I love this table. I've decided to be a big boy, get dressed with pants, and put some shoes on. I'm gonna go grocery shopping. You better remember to bring that out. That's your favorite toy. Come on. So we're gonna go grocery shopping. That's the thing about, oh, thank you for the love. Thank you for the love, Shepherd. Okay, a little hot. This is my other vehicle. It's a Toyota Sequoia. Sure like it. Had it for a lot of years. Always kept it because it was such a nice vehicle that never broke. So that Harbor Freight thing was a disaster. My friend Steve came over and we were gonna try to fix it, but the water was so heavy that it bent it. It's 1 pound or 1 gallon of water weighs 6 pounds or something, so it must have been really heavy. Anyway, that's basically a throwaway. I know I had a subscriber that suggested building a 2x4 frame for it. I'm not going to put any more effort into that little temporary thing. I'm going to start here pretty soon in earnest doing my shop, and I've had some great suggestions on that. I had a person that left me a comment, and he was mentioning to be careful about making it too narrow, like in the 12-foot range, because if I put 3-foot benches up on each side, then I'm not going to have a whole lot of room. So I'm limited. I mean, I'm not limited to 12 feet. Certainly, I was just trying to think about the way that I would orient the shop and everything with the land that I have. I can maybe make it bigger than 12. Certainly, I could configure the tables and everything in the back so that more of my work area was free in the front, no benches or anything, and maybe kind of do like a horseshoe in the back. But I don't know, I am looking for some ideas. I'd like to set it up and improve it over time. I'd love to eventually, you know, set up a dust collection system and have one of those amazing shops that all guys are jealous of other guys for. So I would like to set it up step by step the right way and try to envision it. So maybe I will make it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, but I have decided to do a pretty decent overhang, and that's where I can set up my sawmill until I have my pole barn set up, or I don't know, you know, I go back and forth. That's the thing about the internet, there's too much information out there. You know, I thought about just making a shed for my sawmill and making it in the area that's kind of going to be in between the barn and the workshop, maybe kind of putting it sort of against the hill, so that way when I bring the logs over, I could set up some sort of situation where I kind of release the logs on the hill and have some tracks, so I wouldn't have to have such a hard time loading logs on the sawmill. Right now I really don't know how I'm going to do it other than just sort of lugging it around or using a winch or something. I don't have a, and that's obnoxious, and then I'll go off in a second. Check out this hill. I don't know if I've ever shown you what it's like to go up it. I can get up this just fine with two-wheel drive in the Sequoia. My road washed out a little bit. I need to do something with my little drainage thing there. I always show you going down the hill. This is up here. That's my first four-wheeler, 32 years old, Yamaha Moto 4, 1987. It still runs. I need to maybe talk to my friend Sid about cleaning out the carburetor and using it once in a while. I either need to use it or sell it. It doesn't have four-wheel drive, it's just two-wheel drive, but it has a really good low gear, and it was invaluable to me over here on the land when I was first here for, I don't know, a little over a year, I guess, before I got my nice four-wheeler. So we're just gonna head over to our grocery store. We're blessed because now it's you, the sensor. This is a fancy car. This thing is 6 years newer than the truck that I drive all the time. It's crazy. So it has a sensor in the seat, and she is big. So anyway, I'm really blessed to have a grocery store that's really close. I'm about 2 miles away from this little grocery store called Craven's, and it's kind of like your grandmother's IGA. They have everything, and they have a nice meat department, and they have really good cuts of meat, and their prices are good. Not as good as the commissary, but I don't feel like going down to the base to do my shopping. It turns into kind of like an all-day affair. You know how hard it is to get me to leave the land. I do plan to go to my friend Tina's birthday party tonight. I'm gonna try to get all my stuff squared away so I can be back in plenty of time and go find her a present. So that is what we're doing. I'm trying to think. I'm hoping to take a little time off this weekend, maybe go spend some time on the lake, have some friends over for a barbecue if they can make it. That'd be really cool. I would love to use that table, but therein lies the problem. I don't have the benches done yet. You can see my chair situation. I'm using camp chairs, and my friend Danny was over the other day, and you know how when those things just expire, you know, they just get too old and then they just die and your butt goes right through them. That is the way I've killed every single camp chair that I've ever owned. Whenever it's their time, they're just gonna go out. It's a shame that they don't make them a little better. You know, they cost 10 or 15 bucks, you know, when you buy them. They only seem to last, you know, a year or two. But anyway, I don't have chairs for my table yet, so I'll have to make something work, or I guess I can just bring the chairs from inside. I like my table on the inside, but now I don't even want to be inside at all. Even now it's hot. Maybe I'm getting used to it a little bit more after 2 years. I still sweat like a pig when I'm working, but I'm wearing jeans and boots, and I'm not sweating or anything yet. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm starting to get some shares, which is really exciting because I'm hoping that the word will get out on my channel, and I can start getting some more views and watch time. I thought I was getting kind of close to that monetization thing, but I guess I'm not. They need 4,000 hours of watch time, and I have 2,400 hours of watch time. I guess that's where I thought the bar was, but I went into the Google Analytic thing, and it told me I still have some time to go. So any shares and any kind of referrals that you could give your friends or sharing it on social media would be awesome. The only social media I have is Instagram, and just do that so I can put some pictures that are kind of behind the scenes from what I'm doing, but otherwise I don't do any kind of social media. I feel that Facebook is a waste of time. I apologize if that offends anybody, but just my own personal choice. I don't mess with it. I don't know anything about Snapchat, Twitter, any of that other stuff. So I just went to Dollar General and went to go pay for something and didn't have my wallet. I'm such an airhead today. Have you guys done that? You just go out to do something and completely forget your wallet. At least I was only a few miles away. So back down to the property, down that big old long hill, and take another run at this. Sometimes I wonder about I'm sorry to take you guys along with me on boring errands today, but such is my life sometimes. I was thinking about another funny story, kind of funny. Last night I was barbecuing some delicious chicken. I blackened it and then barbecued it, put barbecue sauce on it, made some Mexican street corn that my friend Desmond showed me how to make. It's delicious. Anyway, I'll show you how I do my coals. I put them in this container, and you don't use lighter fluid. You get your coals going, and then you put them into your Weber grill. So last night I was rounding those things up and walking it to the grill, and I kind of had it full of charcoal. Sometimes the charcoal doesn't catch on the top if I get it off a little bit too early, so this one piece of charcoal kind of falls out of the top, and just out of habit, before I could even think, I reached down and grabbed it, thinking it was a brand new charcoal thing, and that I didn't want to lose. Turns out it had some embers on it, and the pads of my fingers, of these 3 fingers trying to reach down, I could hear it just go tss. I stuck my hand right in the dog bowl and went and got some ice and some triple antibiotic, and it feels fine now. It felt fine after the ice, but the funny thing about it is I'm driving around in my car now, and I was trying to use my iPhone that has the security feature of the fingerprint. So I burnt my pad so bad that the iPhone doesn't even recognize my fingerprint anymore. I wonder how long that'll take to fix. I'm always hurting myself somehow. Anyway, that's just another funny story. What kind of funny stories do you have, Delta? What are you gonna tell? I wish you could talk. I also wish you had thumbs. But if you had thumbs, you might try to be the master of me. We'd be in direct competition. We are on our way to our friend Tina's house. It's her birthday. Tina's a friend from church. One of the things that I really love about living in a small town is a lot of us get together and do things at each other's homes, get together for a meal, and whatever it is. It's just a blessing to be around such nice people. Sorry, I was distracted. I see his nice tractor that I probably can't afford. I hate seeing stuff like that. But it was a blessing. Went into our little hardware store that has all sorts of neat little things. It's a great place to go to find gifts, and I found this really nice wind chime I think she's gonna like, and it was 50% off. It's just amazing. They gave me a military discount on top of that, so I didn't hardly pay anything. So I don't think they're gonna have any meat for you, but they're gonna have plenty of cake for me. How do you feel about that? No cake for dogs. Dogs don't like cake, right? So funny. She rides in the front seat of the truck sometimes, but doesn't seem to prefer it. And she prefers to ride in the front seat here, which is really cool. My last dog, Onyx, I had her this whole time that I had this car. We traveled all over the country, so many miles on that dog, and she used to sit in the front seat just like her and ride sitting up, looking at everything. She was a beautiful black Czech German Shepherd, quite a bit bigger than Delta, but it's just funny how dogs find their spot. This car had been parked for a couple years, and Delta got in it the first time recently for all these sniffs, dog sniffs and everything. She was looking around for the other dog. I sure wish that Onyx was still alive. She was an amazing dog. She died of cancer shortly after I moved to Arkansas. And actually thought that sometimes I say silly things, you know, like I thought that ranch was really for her because she had been with me everywhere, lived on a boat, lived at the homeless shelter, been all over. I mean, she traveled on airplanes more than most humans. And, you know, I think she had a really interesting life, but she didn't have an easy life. And I was thinking when we were getting the place that now she can have her easy life because she wasn't that old. She was only about 7. But it's just the way it goes with dogs sometimes. I sure am happy with Delta. I love her. I think she is just the most amazing dog ever. So, off we go. Look at this little pretty road.